Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? It's been a minute since I've done a soulmate spread, so I thought this would be really great. I love the picker cards as well. So what we're going to start off with is your choice. Number 1 is Nagame, Desire. Number 2 is Lover. Number 3 is Electra, Goddess of Balance. I'll let you just look at these cards and sort of connect with them and make your choice for your stack. What we're going to cover is maybe their professional sphere, the whens, the perhaps zodiac signs, definitely attributes. I love doing those. Just anything that Spirit wants to bring in, times, dates, synchronicities, numbers you may see, all of those things. I just like connecting to whatever wants to come in. So, and underneath each one of these, funnily enough, there is also a card that starts us off. So we are going to begin with number 1. And what is under here? Let's see if we can do this. Wow, so we have magnetism of Eros. So right away, extreme magnetism towards this person and vice versa. Like your soulmate, you lock eyes, you connect that energy. Energy really is everything anyway. And when we slow down and we connect in the right way, we truly feel it, right? So there will be this magnetism where you're like, I got to control myself because I could legit just start mooching and kissing, smoochy with this person. Like they have such a draw. They just, you know, melt your heart and vice versa. There's just so much fire. There's so much temptation. There's just so much awareness of their physicality and their beautiful attributes. The way they smell, the way they look, the way they move, everything is enchanting and enticing, and vice versa. It's like you could just touch your hair or move your hand a certain way and they'd be like, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, I need them in my, you know, that is sort of the Eros of attraction where everything is like, oh. So I love it. So some of the attributes might be an artist. What this means for me too is that it could be singing, it could be acting, it could be a painter, it could be somebody who develops something and just creates something, you know. It could be a comedian, it could be somebody who just plays a single instrument, it could be somebody who makes candles, it could be an artist, somebody who creates and makes things, which I really like. So, ooh, I love that magnetism of Eros. So the Hangman, love this. Ooh, this person, extraordinary. I keep seeing like a Russell kind of Brand type, very, very in tune with the spiritual world and knowing the energy that that provides and the connection it makes. They might even be a kind of like secret guru, really have a lot of wisdom, and there'll be moments when you're speaking with them and you're like, the calmness, the sedate attitude, the observance is really impressive. Like they're not reactive at all. Somebody could literally come up and yell in their face and they'd be like, well, that's your energy and that's unfortunate. And you really like that because you're like, there's so much combative, crazy energy that exists in the world that it's such a wonderful attribute to have somebody who's entirely at peace with themselves. You know, just that kind of, I'm only paying attention to the good stuff and the high vibes. Otherwise, you can just buzz off beautiful energy. That's so great to have in a personality. Love that. I do feel like that's one of their attributes. Wow, this is amazing. So again, they are like a conjurer. They do have the magical touch where if they want to manifest something, all they have to simply do is like think about it, have a healthy detachment, get in that zone, and it arrives for them. But that also your connection to them when you guys come together. And this is also the meeting point. It can be any day. It could be within a week, within a month. This is very, very soon because I heard time right away. You see how that T is right next to that? T-I, I was hearing time. So definitely very soon, any moment. I feel they're a night owl in a fun way. Like they like to do things, are very creative at night. And it's funny that person, it looks like they're swimming in a lake. I feel like they like fun things like skinny dipping. They love the water. They love getting up and connecting to their art and their creativity at night. I feel like a lot of people like that are, but also it's meditative and quiet, and that's where their source really, really gives them strength in the middle of the night. I love this so much. Very courageous, I'm feeling too, with all this energy, like somebody who has a lot of courage. They do what they want. Look at this balance. This is what we love too. Tons of reciprocity. You do, they do. Give, receive, very balanced. They notice that, but again, in their warmth and their beautiful, like the spirit that they've cultured over time, it's like they notice the little things matter, that you smile, that support, that hand holding, all that, very spiritually in touch. And I feel like that's important to you, that they do have these attributes and they do care. And also seeing all this water and seeing these cups, I feel like there's a lot of water in their chart, and because of that, they're so emotionally intelligent. They so show up. They so receive others beautifully. They're so resplendent in that grounded facet of what you feel matters. So I'm here for you regardless. It's like there is no emotion too silly or flighty or anything. They want to hear about it. How are you feeling? And let's talk about it. I love that. Always available. I definitely get that in their personality. But also within the reception of your families, I feel like you're both received extraordinarily well in each other's families and friendship groups due to the fact that the way you guys impact each other so positively, and your vibe is so high together, and it emanates, you know what I mean? People feel it, and it's wonderful, and it's no joke. Also, I love this. They are big on boundaries and standing up for your boundaries and prioritizing the relationship. When I see this in terms of all these other things, yeah, you see, they only have room for the sun and the light and the warmth and the caring. So they will stand up and protect your and their energy as a couple and be like, yep, no garbage, you know, just not invited in. Nobody that's like low vibe and is trying to seek out or misuse your resources, your time or whatever. They are like a magician when it comes to picking people out that do that too, with good intentions, and the opposite. Like they're majorly gifted at that. So it saves you guys so much grief and time in interacting with just dullards and users. And it's just like, just the fresh and the pure are allowed in for this. Yeah, you guys are each other's sunshine in such a beautiful way. I love this, and it's coming so quickly. I love that, you know, they're just a natural provider as well. They are so gifted when it comes to bringing in abundance on every scale, because their vibe is just attuned to that. They believe it. They know unlimited potential and wealth always exists. And when we live in that and we know it's coming our way, it is ushered in that way. And, you know, you're just magic to them and vice versa. And it just, just flows beautifully. Wow, you guys, I love that. So that is you, group one. Beautiful. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Give it a little like or subscribe is much appreciated. Also, I am doing over on IG a new moon special that covers everything from career, love, all of that. If you guys want to come take advantage of that, really great deal. And just go down to the description box. Everything is there. Thank you, guys. I am excited for you. This is really juicy stuff. I'm loving it. Okay, group two. Woo! Lover. I love this. I feel like, again, they are fueled with great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of you. I definitely feel, and vice versa. The last group, I just got this immediate pull. I love so anything that comes in sixes is so perfect because it means the balance. Now, you have planted the seeds for this, as have they. They know that their one major yearning and the thing that they're trying to manifest, which they're doing with utmost clarity right now, hence why it's coming in. They are now in a position where they're feeling more balanced. You know, they're doing things that they love. They're coming from a heart-centered place. They are not chasing, nor are they having any kind of lack mentality. They feel fueled, full, and happy. And because of that, those seeds that you've both planted, guess what? Coming in, lots of earth in this chart. I feel lots of Capricorn, lots of Taurus energy. Somebody who knows how to make a lot of abundance and to invest it wisely. And again, they have accrued personal wealth just through their sheer kind of brilliance in whatever they partake in. Like, they really research. This person is like, if I'm investing in real estate, I'm researching it. That's some of the stuff that comes through, because this usually has to do with buildings and structures as well. I feel like they might be in the real estate game and they are very successful at it. They understand it. I remember watching Davidoff the other day, and I was so impressed, because comedians usually don't make the best, you know, wisest investment choices. It's kind of a fun, floaty, dreamy existence, but not a lot of it has to do with being very responsible. And he said, I remember my dad owned this junkyard and he owned this stuff, and that had value and it wasn't going to go anywhere. And then he started just buying some stuff up and then made millions, you know, that kind of thing. And I feel like your person is very smart with money, watches what's going on, very responsible, but also has a knack for it. But I love that Six of Pentacles. Oh, this is how they're going to make you feel, and this is what they are going to remove from you. No more lack mentality. You're not going to feel this anymore around them. They never represent this. It's always this, how can I fill your cup? Very adventurous and fun and spontaneous, and let's go for it, you know, like real. Listen, time is of the essence. Let's go to this concert. You show any interest in something and they're like, we're there, like got the tickets, booked the flight, whatever it is, they are on top of it. Again, they want to woo you and they want to show you there is no limited resources here. There is no lack. Let's do this. And you're going to learn from that very quickly and not feel like, oh, you know what? I kind of felt this from the beginning of that. They may have had such a measure of success that they're famous in certain circles, or they could be extraordinarily famous. You know, there's two, I'm seeing this flip coin. They could be extraordinarily well known all over the world for what they do. You know, they could have turned these resources and then took some courses and learned some things, and they have natural charm and charisma, maybe went into the acting front, or musical, like it's more like an investor, but part of like a really successful musical team. People know them, they have validation, you know, they have applause, they have followers, they have people that really kind of like worship them and love what they do. It's funny, I get a little bit of like those Oppenheimer twin kind of energy, just like real tour de forces in whatever industry they're in. They're in real estate. But because I see buildings, your person also might have, through resources in acting or singing, then invested and now has a lot of clout in that industry as well. I'm just seeing this person that wants to do the right thing in the right way. I mean, real kind of beautiful chivalrous moments, and it doesn't matter male or female. Chivalrous is doing something that's beautiful in a courtship style and really stands up for the right things, right? I love that. Makes you feel warm, makes you feel good. And this just popping up too makes me think they're a real earth, you know, a real earth butterfly, where they love birds, they love living creatures, they're very respectful of it. So they might be also somebody that it's the simple pleasures for them, and you love that. It's a beautiful walk in a forest, it's a lovely sail on a lake, it's a lovely, but also visiting things, because I feel a spiritual thread. I keep seeing the silver thread like running through, and usually that's like a spiritual attribute for a high frequency. They tap into that. They do what's noble, they do what's right, they do what's going to be very helpful. And you know, it's like they're courageous because they have that inner voice and that spiritual team around them that helps constantly. Here we go, that's their attributes. And I feel like this is also your time within 4 months. I definitely feel that. And this is sort of their capacity. They understand what it is to be a leader. They understand what it is to employ a lot of people. They understand what it is to watch after people's welfare in a beautiful, caring way. You know, like no trying to save a dollar and cutting corners. This is just doing everything very professionally and beautifully, and you're very proud of someone like that, and to be by the side of somebody like that, where you're like, oh yeah, they always do things correctly and for the benefit of all. Very super high frequency, and you love that. And I love the Princess of Cups, because they make you feel young and alive and curious and enthusiastic regardless of your age. You know, to me, youth is like, it's like enthusiasm for things, curiosity, and also it portends to not being jaded or grown out of anything. You can do anything. Go skinny dipping in the middle of the night. You can, you know, go to concerts. You can go to raves. You can do whatever you want. They invite in the curiosity of all the different, you know, opportunities that are out there, and you never feel like, oh, I'm too this or I'm too that. They imbue you with this sense of courage that is like, we deserve to do any and everything. And I feel like it's just so wonderful. I also like all the earth in their chart, because I feel like it's very grounding for you. They make solid decisions, and they help you too. So if things get emotional, they can be very rational and helpful in that too. You know, super, again, high emotional intelligence, and really plugged into that. Again, with this, I feel like your family is immediately impressed, just sort of, not just because of the stature of them, but how they engage with other people so warmly and so beautifully. And in turn, you're accepted by their camps and friends and people and relatives, because there is a discernible change in their nature of so joyous and loving, and they just, it's almost like Christmas Eve when he's talking about you to his family and friends, and they can't wait. And the moment they meet you, they get it. They see how you're just like a calming, loving, beautiful kind of energy washes over them when you're close, and vice versa. And so everybody's sort of very, you know, they're very happy within the mixture of this. Again, I feel like strong, beautiful, healthy boundaries, great communicator, which is really important to you, just absolutely gorgeous, and like, oh, just kind of, you know, floating in on that magic carpet. You're ready. That's a big part of it. You're now in beautiful receptive mode, and you're of good cheer, and you know, your eyes and your heart are open, as is theirs, and it's just a beautiful mix. Wow. So my beauties, that is you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Melanie. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also if you'd like a private reading and or to take advantage of a special I'm running for the new moon, just go down to the description box. Everything is there. Thanks, you guys. You know, I just feel like it's like I see, like, you know, when the cork of a champagne bottle just goes flying out and all the fizz and all the celebration begins. That's what's happening, and you feel that bubbling up. So I love it. All right, now we're with group 3 and the goddess of the balance. I definitely feel like this is also an indicator of how closely the relationship will be in give and take, and just a beautiful balance, you know, reciprocal relationships where it's like, they make a choice, you make a choice. Let's go vacation here. Let's go do this. You know, not I pick the restaurants, I pick this. All this beautiful balance within this. And I am directed to start with some of the personality traits, which I love, and something you'll also do together. Almost upon meeting, they want to prioritize getting to know you. So you may take time out and go somewhere. Go to a lovely little Airbnb, someplace really resplendent and quiet, so you can get to know each other, kind of far from the maddening crowds and friends and nosiness and all of that. Like, they just really want everything to be about the both of you and getting to know each other, which I love. Again, I feel like they're a really deep person. They're really spiritual. They're all about energy. And they have a funny aspect, which I love too. It's like whenever they notice, because the reciprocity is so big, if you're taking the lead, then they remember too, because they don't want to be like, okay, here's the onus on you for choices. Like, they're really good about that. But I'm hearing something. There we go. Look at all these 10s. Dun, 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 dun. Love this. You know, right away, there is immediate passion for them. They are somebody who have acquired, it's funny, I get a lot of heavy pentacles, 9 and 10 of pentacles in the other readings too, because I feel like they've acquired and accrued personal wealth, and it's on a pretty impressive scale. But to them, it's just like, it's just energy. Money for them is energy. It creates choice, it creates generosity, and they are truly generous with it. And it makes you just feel so adored and cared for and looked after. And it's also, it's never mentioned, you know, even if it's something on a really grand scale, like, oh, let's take a private jet to go there's a really great concert party, whatever it is. And it's like, it is second nature to them. They don't think it's some big, like, whoop-de-doo. It just is part of how they exist, and it gets them there faster. You know, money is an ends to a means. It is not like, and they're not they're not like, look at me and all this resplendent whatever. Very subtle, which I love. They have worked hard to get there too. I definitely feel like they were probably carrying some burdens, like a family member was just going through something. They also help you carry burden. If you have family members that are unwell or they just passed on or something, they really help you with that burden. I'm hearing the burden of family is relinquished, because now with you two in each other's lives, there's a lightness to it, because you have this beautiful camaraderie and teamship. Oh, I feel like this is very soon too. This could be within 2 months. This could even be, if some of you are out and about at the 4th of July time, it could actually even be 2 weeks. But what is happening is, and I've said this, that for the first portion too, those people, you are now in receivership, as are they. They've overcome some hurdle, and or you have as well. And now you're like, here, the door is open. I am ready. I no longer have doubts. I don't say there's no good men, there's no good women. There's this. I don't speak like that. My reality is my most amazing person is here, and we're about to meet up in real time. Like, I am ready for this, and I am not closing any more doors. I'm not having any more doubts. I am ready, you know, and everything is flourishing now out there in the universe. And it's like on that water slide just coming to you right now. And so I love the energy of this. It's better than the Lover's card because it means like true romantic gestures, true listening, showing up, prioritizing the relationship, making you feel special in all these arenas, really protecting the energy of your love and your communication and your companionship, and that's what matters. So anybody that wants to interfere with that, you better think again. That kind of energy. And again, they have the resources to make things happen very quickly, to bring you together, to fly you to where they are, to show up where you, all of this, because again, they want to be communion with you. They want to be close to you. Your energy just makes them feel great, and vice versa. I love this. Traveling. And I don't do reversals, just sometimes, you know, I throw my cards back in there. 8 of Torches and 9 of Swords. They are getting over a tough time where they had to just think in logistics everywhere. And this creates such a beautiful time for them because now the change comes almost immediately. I don't have to overthink. I don't have to have these challenges in my life. What I feel like it could have been family members, team members, employees, whatever, just like making all these demands. And they were like, listen, I want to be fair. How do I do this? And they were, you know, they're kind of kept up by nights. That's what I feel like their blockage was for a new, fresh, beautiful soul companion to come in, is worried about everybody else. But I feel like some of these people, they were overstepping the lines of decency and just wanting more and to accrue more wealth because they realized, oh, they're generous and they're wealthy, let's get more. And all of a sudden they had to draw the line and cut some people out of their life, and it was hard for them. But now they're like, pfft, and now it's like all of this is coming. And I feel like they have a great sense of humor too, because I see you guys as a couple consistently laughing and just cracking up at everything. Just the silliness of people that take themselves too seriously, all the nutty things that happen in the world. They don't take themselves too seriously, which I think is really, really neat. Like this is what comes in, you know, is that scary? Like, they help you see through any past traumas, doubts, fears, whatever. Is that really scary? Does this even have to exist in your life? Because you're recognizing very quickly that how, you know, fortuitous things come to pass is we believe that we're worthy of them and we deserve them, and there's unlimited wealth potential and everything out there for us, and they help you see that very clearly and very masterfully. So it's just like, oh, all I have to do is ask for it, have a healthy detachment, know it's coming, and act as if I already have it. Like, these holding patterns people put themselves in are absurd to me. I'll be happy when I'm married. I'll be happy when I have this house. I'll be happy when I have this, whatever it is, this certificate, this piece of paper. Why are you putting happiness on hold? And they show you what it's like. Be happy now. Live in the joy of everything, the smallest moments, whatever. You know, get the juice from what exists, you know. And it's like they're just really great, and they have such a compelling nature that it's like they're a great storyteller. You're comfortable in silence, but you're enthralled with their beautiful stories of the things that have existed in their life. Like, it just seems surreal at times, but they also spark a really beautiful creative fire in you, where you now get a hold of skills you didn't even know that you had, but once you try to apply them, you're like, wow, I'm really good at this. My cat's freaking out. They're like, I'm really good at that. Like, I didn't think that was possible for me to be able to do this, but look how beautifully I'm doing it. And again, warmth and conviction just exuding from you guys so much that families and friends just welcome you with open arms, like, wow, what a beautiful person, and look what you're doing for our person. And, you know, just everybody being enfolded in this wonderful cycle of care and support, which is absolutely beautiful. Wow, I love this so much for you. Okay, my beauties, so that is you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you want a private read and you want, my cat is like freaking out. If you want any more details, you can go to the description box and see what's going on. I'm also having a really great new moon special over on IG, and my info is there as well. Wow, you guys, you're ready for this. You know, the cork is off the champagne and the good times are about to roll.